Hey, welcome to the Biz Boyz broadcast.
Welcome.
Okay. Where we try to give you a first-hand experience of starting your own business. But this video, we have something very, very special. We actually have someone here today to give you their experience on starting their own business. A real guy we both work with. His name's Max Edson, and he's starting his own business. So we have him here, ask him a couple questions, and try to kind of get his feedback and his perspective on him starting his business.
Fantastic interview. You're going to love it.
Yes, excellent.
All right.
Hey, Max.
How's it going?
Nice to see you.
Good seeing you too.
All right. So Max is the founder of Nucleus Trader. Why don't you tell him what Nucleus is?
Yeah, so Nucleus is an automatic cryptocurrency trader. Right now we're specialized in cryptocurrency. We do plan on branching out into the stock market, but this is something that is near and dear to my heart because I've been a stock market trader for a long time now. But the problem is that I have work otherwise, so I don't have time to trade during the day. And so I decided to create this with my business partner where it basically trades off of your settings and it'll just trade throughout the day. You don't have to touch it, you don't have to look at it, your emotions stay out of it, and it's for you to hopefully make some money.
Cool. How did you feel like you were qualified or anything to get this thing started on your own?
Yeah, so I've been trading now for about 7 years, and again, there's plenty more people qualified than me, but I've always had that problem where I've been busy, I've been moving around, I've been doing stuff, so I haven't had that time to actually sit down and trade, which I've always wanted to do. And so I met some good friends when I was at the Air Force Academy, a really good coder of mine, and so I put my stock market capabilities together with his coding abilities, and we were able to create a product for very cheap, and it achieved what we wanted to do in the end terms. So we can test out strategies, we can look at the market, we can put our emotions at bay, because that's another big problem. That's why a lot of traders lose money. In fact, 99% of the traders end up losing money if they day trade. So we wanted to get away from that, use only technical analysis, and be able to put the calculations to work rather than just emotions.
Absolutely. Yeah, I did a little bit of cryptocurrency trading as you know, a little bit at the beginning, but I don't, when you're trying to like start a business and do all this stuff, I don't have time to sit in front of my computer, so it's a great idea. But how did you, so you had the interest with your you already were doing some trading and stuff, and you had your friend that was a coder. What made you actually want to start a business and make it a thing for other people rather than just try to figure out a way to do it for yourself?
Yeah, of course. I mean, probably one of my biggest role models is my dad, but at the same time, he's almost an entrepreneur, but he still works in a business, and I see everyone, including him, go to work in the morning, work long hours, and it just seems not right to me. People work so hard for someone else's dream, and that was something that it didn't really sit well to me. And again, right now I'm also kind of doing that same thing. I'm working for someone else right now, but I want to get away from that in the long-term goal, because again, when it's your own thing and the sky's the limit with profits or scalability, you could determine the hours, and when it's something that you really enjoy doing, it's not work anymore. It's just all fun.
Yeah, you're working for yourself, you're self-employed, but you're also working for other people.
Exactly.
You're choosing the value to provide to everybody else.
Exactly, and at the end of the day, it's about bringing value to people. So if I'm able to bring value and investing to people, a lot of people still don't really know about investing, and especially cryptocurrency because it's so new. I want to bring that to the forefront of their minds, so they're able to do that while also not understanding too much about it, because again, there's so much to do. Our main goal is not for them becoming a professional at it, but good enough so they can use our software, understand what's going on, and we made it super simple. So our trading engine is for professionals to use, but beginners to also be able to understand it. So that was one of our key concepts in making our product.
Okay. And you're not super far along in your
No.
business, right? So
No.
as you all know, the podcast is meant for give you a first-hand view of what it's like to start a business. So Max is right alongside Barry, probably a little bit ahead of Barry.
He's actually making money.
He's actually making money. Yes.
Yeah, as of recently. Yeah. So I mean, the entirety of Nucleus, it's been about a year and a couple months now. It's when I reached out to my friend and asked him, hey, if you want to come along with this journey with me. And so ever since then.
How long ago was that?
We started probably last February in 2018.
So it's been a little over a year?
Yeah, a little bit over a year now.
And you're making money now?
Yeah,
Nice.
we had our first paying customer last Saturday, and it was pretty cool. It made everything.
So it took over a year, but you're making money now, and now it's into the growth phase.
Yeah, and actually now that we broke even with that one payment, so that's the cool thing about online products and making them yourselves, because we didn't have to go out with someone. My business partner had enough skill where he was able to make our product on our own.
What do you mean you broke even with that?
Yeah, so
like all the money you put into it was less than $5 or $5?
Well, so we made about $50 on that purchase. So
nice.
Yeah, we have
awesome.
3 different tiers right now. We have a beginner, and then advanced, and then a Nucleus, which is our professional
That's awesome.
level. And so the way we have it set up, we have it geared so people would most likely choose the Nucleus package, which is also the best package though. And so he is able to pick the year-long package. It's a subscription deal, and so we made $50 on that transaction, and we were able to break even. So in total, I mean, all we've paid for is domain name, email, and just a few little AWS software fees. But other than that, we're pretty good right now. Yeah, I mean, we've invested so much time. If you want to put in time involved, then we probably haven't broken
it was
even quite yet.
a lot more than that money-wise.
Yeah, exactly.
If you convert time to money. But what would you say were some of the biggest difficulties and hurdles with starting an online software-based business?
Yeah, when we first started, we didn't actually think about bringing it out to the open to a lot of everyone else. So our first goal was just to make a product for ourselves, and so when we initially started, we didn't really worry about too much what the customers thought, because we didn't think about that. And so a lot of the things which has been most difficult is relaying the message about certain aspects and putting it into the customer's perspective of how they can interpret the information, what is easiest for them to understand, because at the end of the day, we've made the product, so we know exactly how everything works, the inside and outs, but when you give it to a customer, they have no idea. That's their first time seeing the product. So that's been our biggest difficulty so far. Again, we've been really open about feedback, and so one of our best feedbacks come from our first customer so far. He gave us a big list of things, which is good and bad. I mean,
but it's probably not as big as if you were trying to do this from an entirely different industry. Like you did a little bit of trading, so and you said you built it a little bit for yourself at the beginning, meaning it was going to work as a cryptocurrency trader already. It's not like somebody came in from a totally different industry and tried to build a cryptocurrency trader just because they thought it was popular.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, there's a bunch of different technical indicators which are basically just calculations. Like a moving average is a simple one that a lot of people know about, where it just takes the average over X period of time. And so I was able to, and so I was able to get all the calculations for those. A few other ones are stochastic, MACD. You don't have to know the names of them, and then my friend was able to code them into our program, and so that was one of the things that we were able to put through. But again, with the feedback involved, it's been super helpful from an outside person being able to tell us what works, what doesn't. Another thing, you can't be too soft on the outside. You gotta kind of have tough skin and take the harsh feedback, because in the end, the harsh feedback will help you get better.
So it took a little over a year. Did you start getting feedback before this first person at all? Or?
We did a lot of different things. At first, we created a whole beta test script. So we reached out to I'd say about 6 of our close friends who ran through this big beta test script, and they were able to run through it and do more functionality checks. So just, hey, when you push this button, does this button actually work how it's supposed to? And that's about kind of the things we did, made them go through the entire process. But it's one thing to have close friend feedback. Sometimes they're a little impartial about it, and so we did that. We got the initial launch down. No errors in the trader itself, where you can start it and it'll trade throughout your entire time that you want it to, and you can stop it, and no bugs will occur there. And so now we're more on just the features of the platform itself. So what visuals can basically help the customer learn more about it and understand and interpret it. So some big things that we got are our graphs, for example. And so right now we know how the graphs work. We know when it buys and sells, but the customer may not exactly. And so we're adding really intuitive, visually nice graphs involved in our platform next. So we're going to be able to tell people when the trader actually bought, when it actually sold, and so they're able to change their trading configuration around based on those results, so they can see exactly how it works.
If they didn't see the results they wanted to first, they can adjust based off of what happened, and they can actually
exactly
look at it.
Because at the end of the day, when you're a customer, it has all these features, but it may act as a black box to them. They don't know what's inside it. So we're trying to bring that transparency to everyone, and basically be able to show them exactly how it's supposed to trade and how it works from there.
What about the
Where do you go from here?
Yeah. How about the big picture? So right now you got your first client or customer. You got your first customer. You're getting some initial feedback. What's the big picture like in terms of how you're going to take this forward and grow it?
Yeah. So the big picture is we have it actually broken out in two different parts. So this first part, we have our Nucleus Trader, which is the short-term day trader, and it's for people that again, want to be able to day trade throughout the day, get those quick profits. But we also know that a lot of people don't like to do that, and they want to just have a long-term investment. So we have that involved, and then we're going to create another program where it's more of a long-term investment, where it's a cryptocurrency index fund. And so right now, a lot of the funds out there, you have to be an accredited investor, which means you have to have over $200,000 or $1 million.
I do not have that much, but I would like a cryptocurrency index fund.
Exactly, and that's the part that I hated. So we're changing and kind of going with a new tune to the system, where we're making it feasible and able for everyone to be able to invest in it. So we're going to be taking the top 10 cryptocurrencies.
You've told me about this a little bit, but please hurry up because I want it.
Yeah, we're focusing on the short-term day trader first. We want to focus on one product at a time.
Don't rush it too much.
As far as marketing goes, right now we have an invitation tool on our application. So because our costs are so low that right now we have it where if you invite 10 people onto the platform, your subscription actually becomes free for life. And so this way we want to basically just grow a user base quickly, and we're okay with it. We have the model, we've done the calculations where we can sustain that. And also right now we're engaging into a ambassador program. So I actually have a talk with someone tomorrow night about becoming an ambassador. So they'll basically get
I don't know much about what an ambassador program is. Can you explain that?
Yeah, so an ambassador program basically become a marketer for us, and in return we give them the platform for free. We give them all the newest updates, and because of that, they're able to market it to all their friends. Basically, become hubs between different colleges. So we're in particular because a lot of people cryptocurrency kind of attracts are anywhere between 20 to 25-year-old, usually men, but there are some ladies involved in there too. And so we're going to target people at colleges, and so these people at colleges are going to be able to spread the word, act as hubs for feedback, and also to help others during those colleges. So they're going to be able to spread it. And
how do you go about choosing an ambassador? Was it somebody like a friend of yours that you knew and that was interested and you felt was a little qualified to do the trading and things? Or? Yeah.
So actually, my brother works at an investment firm, and so he has an intern that works at UCLA. And so one of these things just connects. He already has the investment background. Again, now does he like our platform? So we were able to talk last week. And so he's been using the platform for the past week now, because I don't want to just open up the ambassador program to anyone. I want people that can actually get behind it. And so he's been using the last week. We're going to talk tomorrow, see if he likes it. If it's still something that he can foresee using in the future and can see all the value, then we're going to put him on. So there's a bit of a process. We want to get the word out as fast as possible, but we also want to get it out to the right people.
Great.
Yeah. So it's been good so far. Again, we had our first first paid customers right now, so it's been a real work in progress. Again, it's right now we got some kind of cash flow, but to sustain that we need to keep pushing forward. We had a little celebration at first, but
Woo!
Yeah, exactly. Just
Party?
roof, yeah.
Big party? Rager?
Big party, yeah.
They only got
Don't
50
remember
bucks,
it.
So like 6 packs of beer and some tequila.
Yeah. Just to go run and get
Pizza
some
rolls.
Taco Bell, and that's it.
Any encouraging words for the audience?
Yeah, the biggest thing is don't give up over the first couple months if you really like something and it doesn't seem to be working. Give it some time, because again, it takes a while. Some of the things they're hard. Again, for me in particular, that's one thing that I'm really working on is just consistency in your production. So don't give up right away, because again, sometimes those are the inflection points and make you stronger throughout the process. So just keep moving forward like we're doing. Again, it took us an entire year to even get where we are now. I don't think we're in a safe place at all. There's plenty other people out there as competition, so we're going to move forward and see where we go from here.
Awesome. Well, thanks for coming on.
Yeah, of course. Thanks for having me.
We'll keep a tabs on Nucleus Trader, and
yeah, and if you guys want to check it out, go to nucleustrader.com. That's where you can download it right now. It's a desktop app only as is, but we plan on going into mobile sooner or later.
highly recommended. Max is a great guy. He works hard, and I'm sure the product will show it. So.
Yeah. And we do builds usually about every couple of weeks, so we're always trying to improve and take feedback.
Okay.
All right. Well, that was great. I thought that was a really good interview.
Absolutely.
Yeah. We want to thank Max Edson for donating his time to giving us his feedback and his lessons learned. Hopefully you all enjoyed it. Giving his perspective on starting a business. It's very different than the one we're starting. We're giving you perspective on. So comment, like, and subscribe on this video. Please give us feedback if this was very useful. We can try to grab other people in the future to give you a different perspective on different businesses and how people try to go about, climbing the mountain that is starting a business. So, like I said, comment, like, and subscribe, and tune in next week where I believe we're going to talk about lessons. So we're going to try to teach you something next week.
And check out Nucleus Trader.
And check out Nucleus Trader. It looked like an awesome platform. Too complicated for me, but it's probably
It's
good.
not complicated. You don't even know anything. You just.
Well, I do have an IQ of 10, so it really is really hard for me to understand.
Understanding what a rock is hard for you.
Okay, well, I can tell you what this rock is going to do to you. All right, thank you for being here. We will see you all next week.
See ya.
Bye.